Welcome to the LL Sports Update Show. It's the debut week. I'm John Walk. He is Jeff Reinhart. We're looking ahead to week 1 in the high school football season. However, it was week 0 a week ago. Annville, Cleona, and Pequea Valley, both losers. Northern Lebanon was the winner there. Jeff, tell us what happened out at Pequea Valley.
Bad news for the Braves right out of the gate. Not only do they lose to Schuylkill Valley 34-6, but a bad injury for Pequea Valley. Quarterback Jordan Lapp, experienced playmaker quarterback, goes down in the third quarter with an ankle injury. He was on crutches, had a walking boot, didn't look very good. So we touched base with Coach Choi this week, and he said Jordan's probably questionable for their game here against Kennardale. I doubt he's going to play. Better to be safe than sorry. Keep an eye out for John Smith to probably get the start. Ryan Smith also played last week. He came in relief, took some Wildcat snaps, but looks like Jordan Lapp may be on the shelf here for a week. We'll see if Pequea Valley can get back fast here, because they're 0-1 out of the gates, and those guys have a lot of big goals and expectations this season.
Yeah, and a wild one out at Trinity, where Annville Cleona was a 36-34 loser. However, came odd circumstances near the end of the fourth quarter. Trinity scores a touchdown, ties at 34-34. They have their extra point kick blocked. Lineman picks it up, goes into the end zone. The referees award them a 2-point conversion. After the game, the referees realized, the play should have been called dead after the extra point kick attempt was blocked. So it should have been 34-34, game tied, Trinity kicking off to Annville Cleona. Final 7 minutes, Trinity holds on, wins it there. The referees from that game apologized to Annville Cleona afterwards on the missed call. Nothing really they can do. PIAA says all referees' decisions are final. Annville Cleona, kudos to them handling a tough situation with class. I wonder if they're going to use that as motivation here going into week 1 and bounce back. So keep an eye on that. Now on to this week's week 1 game of the week for LNP. Elizabethtown is at Donegal. Jeff, you were out at E-Town last night. Tell us what the Bears are thinking.
Bears are thinking defense, and we're going to write about this week in the preview stuff. Keep an eye on Elizabethtown's defense this year. Beat Donegal 17-0 last year in the opener. Had 2 shutouts in a row to open the season. A lot of those guys are back. Some names to remember here. Cade Robinson, the safety, reigning defensive back of the year in Section 2. He's awesome. Already making some college visits. He's going to be a college kid. Devin Clare, only a sophomore, already making noise. His dad, Eric Clare, Penn State, and E-Town fans will remember him. His son's now playing for E-Town. I think E-Town's going to be in the race. 6-4 season, a new quarterback, but their defense is going to be really good. So keep an eye out this week. I'll have some stuff on E-Town's defense.
And it's interesting, that you bring that up, because Donegal, their offense, they bring back about 8 starters. They were held scoreless in that 17-0 week 1 loss to E-Town a week ago. So they're probably going to have a little bit of extra motivation this season going into starting the year and wanting to put points on the board, get back against that E-Town defense. Irene Snyder, LNP video guru, was out at both E-Town and Donegal practices yesterday and caught up with Donegal head coach Jeff Politis and E-Town coach Bill McDonald. So we throw to Irene.
Coach Politis, this is going to be the 6th year in a row that you faced E-Town, which is the team that you used to coach. So what's that like?
It's nice. It's a local game. It's a rival game. Neighboring schools is always going to bring a little extra excitement to the game. I've been removed from that coaching situation for a while now, so I don't have a whole lot of connections there with kids or with coaches, but it's nice to have these kids involved in a rival this early in the season.
So when you first started out as head coach back in 2015, E-Town had a bit of a rough start, but then made a comeback last year, made it 6-4. So how are they going to top that this year?
Well, we have our own team goals. Obviously, I think we were maybe 1 game away from the playoffs last year. So I'm sure that sticks in the back of some of the players' heads, as well as the coaching staff. So we'd like to make the playoffs. That's one of the goals that we have. But most of all, we just like to continue improving as a team and as a football program.
Thanks, Irene, for that. Appreciate it. Okay, other games this week that we're keeping an eye on around the LL, other than E-Town and Donegal. First up, really good backyard rivalry game, a fun game to get the season started. It'll be Warwick against Manheim Central. Interesting game.
Right, and Manheim Central, of course, always the football power. However, they do have to replace the quarterback there after Cody Kagaris has gone to now Lebanon Valley College. Evan Simon, the sophomore quarterback, trying to fill the shoes there, but he's ever capable. I've heard a lot about him. Not only in football but also in basketball, so he seems to have some talents, and I'll have a target to throw to in Jake Novak. They bring back a lot of offensive power there as well. On the other side, Warwick, they bring back just about every starter except quarterback for them as well. And then we see Grayson Klein, the quarterback, transferring over from Wilson over the summer, and he's going to be now manning the ship for the Warriors. It's going to be a really, really good one to watch, so keep an eye on that. Another notable game to keep an eye on as well, Central Dauphin is traveling to Manheim Township. What do you have to tell us about that game?
That's a great game. That's like a District 3 6A playoff preview kind of game. This is a big boy game. I like this one a lot. CD played in week 0, played great defensively. They beat Susquehanna Township 30-7. Held Hannah to minus 22 rushing yards. That's pretty good. But they get a high-powered Township offense. Luke MG, we know, is going to go to Harvard. Grayson Saladay's back, terrific multi-sport athlete kid. Reese Bender's back. We really like Manheim Township. And yes, I did pick the Blue Streaks to win Section 1. So we'll see if they get off to a hot start here. Tricky opener with CD. That one should be good. Okay, we're looking forward to high school Friday night, no doubt. Oh, by the way, Penn State gets started on Saturday. Nittany Lions host Akron. We turn it over now to our own Mike Gross, who will preview Saturday's game.
Penn State opens a much-anticipated 2017 season on Saturday at Beaver Stadium against Akron. The Zips from the Mid-America Conference are 30-point underdogs, and that's probably on merit. Penn State expected to be very, very good this year. Akron coming off a 5-7 season. Mid-American Conference has a bit of a history of upsets against the Big Ten, but I don't see it happening in this case. It's Penn State and Akron at the Beav on Saturday at noon, and I'm Mike Gross for Lancaster Online.
Thanks, Mike, for that. Appreciate it. Make sure you stick with Mike Gross all fall for Penn State coverage. LMP, Lancaster Online. Mike does a great job covering the Nits, no doubt about it. Yeah, very football heavy here on the first show, and we're going to talk a lot of LL football here on the show throughout the fall. But we are going to talk other LL fall sports. Don't worry. We have a lot of reporters out getting video, doing great stories, and they're going to join us as we go throughout the fall. Soccer, field hockey, cross country, volleyball, tennis, golf. We're going to try to touch on those as well. So hang with us for that. Football heavy for now, but a lot of good things coming up here on the show. One other neat feature we'd like to tell you about is Glory Days. John, take it away.
Yeah, and if you guys have any cool pictures of you as an athlete way back in the day, whether it be a kid, adolescent, teenager, we don't care, throw it in here to the show. We'll feature it right here. To do that, send us the pictures to sports@lnpnews.com along with your name, year, what team you played for, and we'll make sure to feature that right here every week at the end of the LL Sports Update show. I want to say thanks to you guys for watching in week 1. For Jeff Reinhardt, I'm John Walk. We'll catch you next week.